Hello, all my GMAT aspirants. Welcome to the GMAT YouTube channel by PW. This is Amit Rora, your VRC expert. All right, so we are continuing with our journey of the absolute best super 100 questions, both in quant and in verbal, just to prepare you for that all important GMAT exam. So we've already covered very important topics like strengthening, weakening, flaw, and evaluate. And today we are looking at flaw in the arguments. So let's get started. Okay. So पिछली बार we had done evaluating arguments. Today we are going to be doing flaw. The agenda and the format of these videos is pretty simple. Minimal theory, maximum solving, high impact questions to prepare you with the basics also. Okay? Chaliye, this is all about me. My name is Amit Rora, sir. You can read about me. Let's get started. Okay? So people, flaw in arguments is pretty simple. There is some kind of a logical fallacy. There is some kind of an error in judgment, in reasoning, that is simply not adding up, and you gotta arrive at that wo hai. So finding errors in the arguments, detecting any sort of logical fallacies. Logical fallacies can be various types. It can be something to do with circular reasoning, or incorrect sample selection, or it could also be biased, or projecting. Acha, all of this in detail has been covered in the GMAT foundation batch right here. I suggest you please watch that for detailed theory notes. In the meantime, let's start solving. Chaliye. So what we are going to do is एक question I'm going to project. Pause the video, you solve it, then we will solve it together, or rather I will take you through quickly and then you can check your answer. So people, let's start solving. Chaliye. I hope by now you have managed to solve the question. Please unpause the video. Let's quickly do it together. So it's a very simple question. If you observe, we're basically saying that average amount of overtime in the manufacturing division is 14 hours. Acha, why manufacturing? Because most of the employees work in the manufacturing. So a majority of work in the manufacturing, so uska overtime is considered for the whole organization. The average amount of overtime does not fluctuate. Matlab more or less, it could be in the range of 14 hours, 12 to 15 or whatever. Acha. Therefore, now a conclusion, a bold conclusion. Each month, most employees of the company almost certainly work at least some overtime. So people, while you are going on saying that average, this is again a typical fallacy when you talk of average. Hamesha ye aayega. So it's a very typical question. Because average is 14 hours, most, and again for the manufacturing division, and it doesn't fluctuate from month to month, that means almost certainly most of the employees will have worked overtime. So what you're doing, you're applying average to everyone. Now aajao. So debater's argument is most vulnerable to criticism. Beta, please remember, vulnerable to criticism matlab fallacy, logical flaw, is on what grounds? So people, let's start evaluating. A, it takes for granted that the manufacturing is a typical division with regard to the average amount of overtime. So people, once again, we are really not talking about manufacturing division being important or not. वैसे तो it is very important because most of the employees work in the manufacturing. So then this is not grounds for us criticizing the argument. What is the problem here is we are applying an average of 14 hours, which is for the whole org, and then assuming that all the employees have to be applicable to that. So this is wrong. Why am I repeating this? So that you are clear in your head. B, it takes for granted that if a certain average amount is worked each month by each employee, then approximately the same amount of overtime must be worked each month by each employee of the manufacturing. This is out of context. It's not given. We are not saying every employee works. We are saying average. So this itself is contradictory or out of context. C, it confuses a claim from which the argument's conclusion about the corp would be necessarily follow with the claim that would follow from the argument's conclusion only with a high degree of probability. बिल्कुल vague है. ठीक है, बिल्कुल vague है. Both of them are very much related. No problem about that. But we are only, again, question yourself. Are you really questioning the claim 1 to claim 2? People know, by the way, both of them are facts. Acha, what are we debating here is, can we apply average amount and then say that everyone has done that to make it the average? No, not really. So then this goes away. D, it overlooks the possibility that even if on average a certain amount of overtime is worked by the members of some group, many members of that group may not work overtime. This is brilliant. There could exist employees outside of this. There could exist employees outside of this. Ultimately, it's an organizational average, division average. Average doesn't mean applies to everyone. This is brilliant. The simple rule and law of averages. And E, it overlooks the possibility that even if most employees of the corp work some overtime each month, any one corporate employee may in some months work no overtime. This is out of context. We are not, we are to, in fact, this is contradictory. Sorry, contradictory. We are saying almost certainly works. We are not saying do not work at all. So people, that is why correct answer is answer option D. I hope the elimination style worked for you, and I hope that you understood. If not, detailed answer solutions are given. Please peruse whenever you have the free time. This is my humble request, people. Very, very important. Chaliye, let's keep the flow going. Next question on your screen, please solve. Chaliye, people, by now I hope you've read it, solved it. Now let's get together. Aa jaiye. So people, they are basically saying that there is a company selling oil burners which is used in asphalt plants are so good that the company will sell to this for no payment other than the cost savings between the total amount the plant actually paid for oil using its former burner during the last 2 years and the total amount it will pay for oil using the hotco burner. ठीक है? Malab, there is no payment for the burner at all. It is just to do with the oil consumption. That's the what you have to understand. Chaliye, ठीक है? अच्छा, on installation the plant will मतलब while installing it will make an estimated payment. Again, going down 2 years it will be adjusted to equal the actual cost savings, because if it is more or less, money will be given or taken. Bhai, wo to done deal hai. But it has all to do with oil which is given in the passage. Bas khatam. Now people, look at the magic. Which of the following, if it occurred, would constitute a disadvantage for hotco of the plan? So which can be a major disadvantage? Okay? Another manufacturer's introduction to the market of a similarly efficient burner. So basically a competition will increase or whatever. So people, this is not a disadvantage at all. Okay? For this plan, jahan pe it is not selling, it's so efficient कि oil has to do with it. So no people, not on this basis. This is general marketing, very general kind of a strategy. B, need for more than one new burner is actually an advantage, not a disadvantage. That means more hotco burners will come. No. Very poor efficiency of the old burner, this is also an advantage, because then the new burner of hotco will come. Clifton ka old burner was not good, new burner is hotco, it'll be better. It's not a disadvantage. So no. A decrease in the demand for asphalt, beta, this will also decrease the oil consumption, which will again be an advantage, because then, sorry, this will again not be a disadvantage. Disadvantage has got to do something with oil, because the payment is being done on the basis of oil which is being used or not used. Finally, steady increase in the price of oil beginning soon after the burner, 100% disadvantage, because now cost savings, estimated payments, everything will change, because everything has got to do with oil, and that is why E is the correct answer. I hope this made sense. And once again, if not, my only humble request, please go through all the answer choices ke explanations that are given. Okay, chaliye, people, let's continue the momentum. Next question on your screen. Please pause the video, solve it, and then unpause the video. Chaliye, people, I hope by now you've managed to read it and solve it. Let's try it together. So we are basically saying there is a new law that gives ownership of patents. Okay, it grants it, okay, to make and sell an invention to universities, not the government, when those result from government sponsored university research. Okay, so the patent goes to not the government, in spite of the government sponsoring it, goes to the university. Chalo. Now administrators at this plan to sell those patents to corporations to fund programs to improve undergraduate teaching. Simple si baat hai. So people, the government sponsored it, university made the patent was granted back to the university, and now the university is going to sell it to corporates, get the money to fund their teaching. Now which of the following would cast the most doubt on the viability of the college administrators plan? Matlab, what is the logical fallacy here? So people, it has to do something with corporate universities selling their patent and government funded research. So aa jao. Profit making corporations interested in developing products based on patents held by universities are likely to try to serve as exclusive sponsors. People, this is irrelevant. How is this going to cast a doubt on the viability? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? And we are not talking of corporate sponsorships, exclusive sponsors. We are talking of selling it to the corporates. उसके बारे में बात करो. So this is irrelevant. B, corporate sponsors, फिर से huge red flag of research are entitled to tax credits. People, we are not inviting corporate sponsorship. We want to sell to corporates. Out of context, irrelevant. See, research scientists at the university have few or no teaching responsibilities. वैसे we don't care, and participate little in the undergraduate programs. Are so what? We are only going to, this is not to do with research scientists. We want to use the money to fund our undergraduate teaching, which can comprise of anyone. We are not looking at the composition of undergraduate teaching program. So this is irrelevant. D, government sponsored research conducted for the most part duplicates research already completed by several profit making corporations. So now there are two patents. University has a patent and corporates have similar patents, not the same, because patent एक ही होता है. What is the point? Corporations will not buy only from universities. If universities cannot sell, then they cannot fund. So this 100% casts a very serious doubt. Even if you did not understand, beta itna sun lo, just look at the keywords. Government sponsored, university selling patents to corporate, bas आ गया इसमें. And E, Logos University is unlikely to attract corporate sponsorship. We are not looking to attract corporate sponsorship at all. That means correct answer is answer option D. Beta approach देख रहे हो, only keyword based, and it should make complete sense. No struggle at all. So focus on the keywords whenever in doubt. Yeah. So people, all the options are given to you. Answer explanations. Please peruse definitely and get a clear idea. Chaliye, people, let's keep the momentum going. Let's continue. Please pause, solve, and then we will solve together. Chaliye, people, I hope by now you've managed to solve it. Let's do it together. Look straightforward. Aajao. So people, what are we saying is, when the demand is high, more money is spent at safety and machinery maintenance. So when the demand is high, ठीक है, more money spent on safety and maintenance. When the demand is low, है ना, less money, है ना, ठीक है, during periods, so for safety and machinery maintenance. ठीक है, simple सी बात है. Now people, so average number of on the job accidents should be lower when demand is high, because when demand is high, this is high. ठीक है, so it should be lower. Now ठीक है, money is available for safety precautions and maintenance. Which of the following, if true, about a factory when demand is high? ठीक है, so we have to only consider this part. You see how Amit sir has written the condition, beta, this makes you very comfortable and is in front of your eyes. ठीक है, the most serious doubt on the conclusion, that means average number of accidents should be low during this type. So we have to prove something that accidents will be high even when demand is high and the training is the safety and machinery maintenance and money is good. Now let's see. So A, its employees ask for higher wages than they do. Beta, wages की बात ही नहीं हुई है, so we don't care. Now you cannot say, sir, that means money will go low na. No, because higher wages matlab ke people, again, your other conditions are fine. Demand is high, safety and machinery maintenance is high. Let the worker ask for higher wages. That doesn't matter. B, management hires new workers, lacks the time to train them. Beta, agar training nahi hua, that means safety and machinery maintenance will suffer. That means accidents will not rise but increase. This will cast a doubt on your conclusion. कि accidents are very low. So this makes complete sense, logically related. ठीक है, see, Employees are less likely to lose their jobs. We don't care. We don't care. Out of context. Management sponsors a monthly safety award. We don't care. So what? Let them sponsor. No problem. It is not going to cast a doubt on my on the job accidents reducing. Its old machinery is replaced with modern machinery. So be people, the training will be very high, which makes sense. So only one option, which categorically states that time ही नहीं मिला, training ही नहीं हो पाया, as a result of which accidents will not reduce, probability that accidents will increase. So contradictory. That is why B is the correct answer. I hope this made sense. If not, please read the answer choices आराम से. ठीक है? People, please remember you have to enroll in this batch. This is going to be there on the app as well. ठीक है? जहाँ पे you will get the PDF notes and even in the YouTube video. Make sure that you get them and you read them. Chaliye, people, let's continue. The momentum is looking very good. One more question. Please pause and solve. Chaliye, I hope by now you've managed to read it and solve it. Please unpause. Let's do it together. So we are basically talking about customized prosthetic bone replacements, ठीक है, which cost more ordinary say and yet they are cost effective. Oh bhai, ठीक है, वाह. Now, so surgery recovery time will reduce. They will also last longer, ठीक, and reduce the hospital time. Which of the following must be studied or evaluated in order to evaluate this? ठीक है, about either custom made prosthetics or ordinary prosthetics, and people, even though they cost more, they reduce surgery time, hospital stay time, every time. आ जाओ. A, the amount of time a patient spends in surgery versus spent recovering. People, this is irrelevant because we are basically saying that surgery recovery, we don't look at the time of this versus that. We just want to reduce the overall time. B, the amount by which the cost of producing has declined with the introduction of new technique. We are not looking at new techniques. We are not looking at technique 1, technique 2, technique 3. We are just talking of custom versus ordinary. C, the degree to which the use is likely to reduce the need for repeat surgery. Wow, 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 wow. People, this is good. Okay? Because less repeat surgery means less hospital stay, means faster recovery. Even though this is twice the cost, it will still be cheaper. Ordinary will cost more stay. So C makes sense. And all the keywords are present in C. Magic. The degree to which custom produced with the new technique are more carefully manufactured, not at all. We couldn't care less. Okay? Because we are not looking at careful versus non-careful manufacturing. We are comparing custom to ordinary. And E, the amount by which the custom produced with the new technique will drop in cost as the production becomes more standardized. Not at all, because we are again not looking at the technique. We are only comparing custom to ordinary, resulting in reduced hospital stay. And that is why only answer option C makes sense. जहाँ पे we are saying that हाँ कि कितना repeat surgery कम होगा, and that is why time will be saved, cost will be saved, and that is why once again all the possible answer explanations are given, I hope, in detail. चलिए, ठीक है. So people, like I said, again, short video, high impact questions. Definitely tune in. We are having too much fun creating this for all of y'all. ठीक है. So that's about it. I'll be back with more Super 100 questions on different topics. Let me know in the comments, are you enjoying it? Give me a thumbs up, and also let me know your queries. I'll try and get a video on that as well. Until we meet again, thank you so much. This is Amit sir, signing off.